Hey everybody, it's me Stacey here at Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com. Hello! Welcome to today's Saturday with Stacey YouTube craft class. Hey everybody, it's good to see you. It's good to have you join in. I know people are slowly starting to come in. If you are watching this during the premiere of today's class, which is 8 a.m. sunny California time, 10 a.m. Central, 11 a.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. in the United Kingdom. There's a live chat going on, so people are starting to filter into the live chat. Welcome. So glad that you are here, excited and surprised about today's class. Excited that we get to do it and surprised that we get to do it. It was a, really? They're gonna make it here in time? Kind of a moment. So if you haven't ever watched a Saturday with Stacey class, just let me introduce myself. I am Stacey. I'm the owner of Scrapbooking Made Simple. We are a small independent mom and pop retail shop here in Canyon Country, California. We also have scrapbookingmadesimple.com, a small independent online store. I do 4 classes a week, Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. The Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays are at 6 p.m. sunny California time, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern, and then Saturdays, it's Saturday morning. And I just learned how to do a live on YouTube. I did it yesterday at like 9 p.m. because I was frustrated with my computer. I was just frustrated. And I thought, you know what? I'm just gonna figure this out. I'm just gonna do it. And for those of you who don't know, I'm 57 years old, so old dogs, new tricks, me! I'm very comfortable I know how to turn my camera on, I know how to upload it to YouTube, I know how to add all the titles and to put it in the right playlist. So doing a live was like, it's like starting all over again, like you don't know anything. So I'm learning, I'm gonna learn, and whether I do more lives or not, at least I know I can if I have to. And I think that's the important thing. So if a class, see what happened is one of my classes didn't load on time. I got it uploaded to YouTube, but then it stayed in processing with YouTube. And once it's uploaded, it's out of my hands. Once it starts to process, it's all on YouTube's hands. And I don't know how long it's going to take to process. We guesstimate, but it just wasn't happening. And it was so stressful. If I had known that how to do a quick live video, I could have done not necessarily that as the class, but I could have hopped on with you and said, hey, this is what's happening. So let's chat for a minute and then I'll see you all tomorrow. So yesterday I forced myself, it took hours for me to figure out how to do it. I still didn't do it right. Today I learned how to reorientate my screen because I'm doing it on my phone. Sunday, I'm gonna come into the shop. I'm gonna bring my computer, my laptop, because I can't take my work computer. That's at my desk. It's a desktop. But I have a laptop at home that I travel with, which isn't very frequently, but I need a computer when I travel. I'm gonna see if I can hook my camera up to my laptop and go live. We're gonna see if I can do that on Sunday. So, I'm a little surprised about today's class, and I want to tell you a little bit about that, but beforehand I want to do our winner chicken dinner because, well, yesterday, and that live is still there. You can go to the scrapbookingmadesimple.com YouTube channel, which is probably where you're watching this, and you will see that there's a live, and it's like 12 minutes of me going, can anybody see me? Hello? Are you there? What you see is what you get with me, and that's just the way it is. So I'm like, if you could just type that you're here, that would be great. Then I couldn't move my, anyway, if you want to go and watch it, it's a little bit humorous. But before we get into today's class and a little bit more about it, I want to do winner chicken dinner. Now we offer 3 chances to be a winner. The first one is on the sneak peek to this video, which I do right before I film this because these are pre-recorded so I can live chat with you. If I was doing this live and you were posting, you were chatting over here, I don't know that I would be able to keep up with what I'm doing and teaching you, because this is an actual class, and still keep up with the live chat. I don't know. We're just gonna take things slowly. So I pre-record these and I do a sneak peek right before I sit down to film. And that sneak peek is up for the entire week. And you have a chance to post on that sneak peek on our YouTube channel. It's under the shorts, under Shorts by Stacey. It's a playlist. Post a comment of what you see on my table that you would like to win. I give you a whole little shot of my table and a little glimpse of what we're going to be making today. So that's one way. The second way you can win is to post on this video right here, this one, the one we're watching. And most often you would post below us. So there'll be a little place for comments. We have made the comments easier for you so they don't even have to be approved if they're kind. There are some comments that YouTube will flag maybe a word and then we have to approve it, but I would say 98% of the comments go straight in and nobody needs to approve it. You post your comment and it can be anything from hey, hey. If you're gonna say hey. Give a little extra to it, you know, a little oomph. If you're gonna say, it doesn't have to be about me, the comment, it doesn't have to be about the video, it doesn't have to be about the class, it can be about you, your family, your fur babies, your grandbabies, your children, your spouse, your work, you've had a bad day, you need somebody to, you need some prayers coming your way. You can post all of that. That's all acceptable. And you will find that SMS peeps will come in and either post or send you hearts or send you prayers, whatever it is that you might need, or give you a thumbs up if it was a great day. It's a really great community. We have an amazing community. We're not a community of like thousands upon thousands. When I do a video, there's not 3,000 people watching at one time. No. But the people who are with us, the people who are watching and being part of the community are amazing. So if you want to feel welcomed and you want to learn a thing or two and you want to share ideas and meet new creative people, you have found the right place. So winner. So I have 3 winners. I totally digressed. You have 3 winners. I have one from the sneak peek, and then I have 2 who posted their comment last week. And we have a random software that selects people, and you never know when it's going to be your turn. The people who have won from posting on the YouTube, the actual YouTube, win $100, and the person who posted on the overview wins an assortment of some of the goodies on my table. So now I have already announced her name because I do it on the sneak peek. I show on the sneak peek actually who the winner is. So Sarah may already know she's a winner chicken dinner. Our first winner is Sarah Searcy, and you have won the assortment of goodies from last week, which is all the jelly arts, the jelly plate and the jelly transfer sheets, and just a whole bunch of goodies right there, huh? Yay for you. I think we played with liquid Ecoline watercolors, and we had soft pastels. Congratulations, Sarah. Well done you. But you may already know you're a winner chicken dinner. You can't do the chicken dinner dance until we do it together. Now, our next winner is Cassie. Hello, Cassie. Cassie Williams. Well done you. $100 coming your way. Are you excited? You should be. That's really awesome, Cassie. Congratulations. Are you like, oh, or maybe, okay, so maybe you don't know you're a winner yet because you haven't seen this, and maybe you don't see this until a week from now, until you realize you're a winner chicken dinner. Or maybe you're watching right now and you go, oh no, I know, I'm excited, let's get to the dance. Our other winner, oh, I know this name, Teresa Brower. Brower? Teresa Brower? Whichever it is, Teresa, you'll love me anyway. I think it's Brower. I think it's Brower. Teresa, you are a winner chicken dinner also. Congratulations to you. You have $100 coming your way. Have you like gone, ah? Have you screenshotted this? Have you backed it up and recorded it on your phone so you can get like the 30 seconds and then text it to everybody? Yes, you can do that. You could back this up and then take a video of it. Take a video of your screen with, if you have it on a computer with your phone, and then you can text it to everybody so they can see that you really, really are a winner chicken dinner. Congratulations to Sarah and to Cassie and to Teresa. Super excited for all three of you. And of course, we have to do the winner chicken dinner dance. Now, you don't have to do anything to claim your prize. The $100 is already in your accounts if that's what you've won. And Sarah, I have a bag of goodies already set aside for you, and we will get them out to you the 1st of next week. Don't have to do anything to claim your prize. So let's do the dance. You're a winner, chicken dinner. You're a winner, chicken dinner. Wahoo, ka-choo for you. Congratulations, everybody. I really hope you enjoy being a winner. And for those of you who haven't won yet, don't give up. You never know when I'm going to call your name. You never know. At some point, it will happen. But if you don't post, then I'm positive I will never call your name. Now, today I have got Find It Trading for you. I have got the 2026 calendar tabs. Who knew? I did not know we were going to get them. I have paint that is that is at an amazing deal because, well, kind of the manufacturer did it for Joann's, and well, we all know what happened to Joann's. So they needed to get rid of the paint, and the paint came along at just the right time for the calendar tabs, to where we have got a couple bundles where you can make 10 projects, 10 finished Christmas gifts, 10 finished projects. One is, I think, 10 for around $16, $17, so $1.70 each. And the other is 10 for about $25, a little under $25. So if you are on a crafty budget, this is the class for you, because I'm able to do the top-notch paint from Joann's for a song. I've got the calendar tabs from Find It Trading this year. I have got the cutest little, you are going to get 10 canvases and 10 easels and the paint and the calendars for under $25. This is your 10 for under $25. The cutest gifts for under $25. But then I also have something new from Find It Trading. They're inexpensive too, but they're not 10 for $10 or 10 for $25. I'm going to start with painting some canvases first, because I need to get those drying. And then I'm going to move to the Find It Trading new technology, new thing that they came out with. Now, I know I need to get down to it and get going, but I have to tell you, Find It Trading, that's Rockin' Remco. His name is Remco. We call him Rockin' Remco. He sent me one sample of this new product. One. Men. I love him, but men. So I get this all the way over from the Netherlands. He sends me one from the Netherlands, and it lands about a week and a half ago. And I look at it and I'm like, oh my gosh, we want these. We need these. We have to have these. And he said, well, it's going to take a little time. I said, no, it can't. I had planned on doing this calendar class last week. But I got this sample of this one thing like on Wednesday before I filmed, and I film on Friday. And I Zoom him. We got to talk. I Zoom him. Get on Zoom right now. I said, one, you send me one. I can't film with one. I need 4. 2 to make samples and 2 for filming. One that looks pretty over here that I'll show you, and one that I work with. How can you send me one? And I need the product pre-scored. And he said, well, we can do that, and I need it by next week. He's a good guy. He really is. He's like, well, it's 8 p.m. here in the Netherlands. I can't tell you if we can do that or not, but by the time you wake up in the morning, you will know if we can do that. I said, you don't have to, I just need these pre-scored. Just package them as quickly as possible and ship them off. So I'm up at all hours of the night. So at like 3 o'clock in the morning, my time, which they're 8 or 9 hours ahead, my phone zings and I look at it and it's Remco, and he said, we've got them pre-scored, we've got them packed, and they are already in the hands of DHL. Oh my, Remco for the win. Find It Trading for the win. I needed them pre-scored. I wasn't going to ask you to do the measurements. I wasn't. I can't tell you how much I love doing business with manufacturers who just get me, which is a lot. I am a big personality, and I like what I like and I want what I want. And he was able to get me a quantity of these pre-scored ready to go. So I'm going to start painting some canvases first so they can sit over, but then we're going to move into Remco's new product, and then we're going to finish with those canvases that I'm painting. So if you're still with me, hey everybody, it's me, Stacey, and I have got the 2026 calendars. Didn't think we were going to have them this year. People have been calling and asking for them, and poor James keeps looking at me, Mom, are we getting them? And I'm like, I don't know. I'll know when we know. Guess what? I know. All right, let's tilt on down. Let's get started for today. It is super good to see everybody. Really excited about today's class because I'm excited and it's unexpected. And when you see this new product, they're not expensive. I want to say they're about $8 a kit, but then maybe $8 a kit, $8.99 a kit, but then we have them on sale. And anyway, but let's start where we start. So first things first, I have got paint from Top Notch, which is a Joann's brand. It is brand new. It is in the package. I don't know if we're going to ship it to you in the package or if we're going to open it up to make it easier to ship. I chose the brights for now. It is acrylic. This is nothing like an Amsterdam paint. So we usually use Amsterdam acrylic, which is a fine art paint. That is not this. This is great for doing exactly what we're doing. Something, fun and inexpensive and trying to save money. So I picked the bright colors because I thought that they would be fun and that you probably maybe already have white and black and, brown, and I just picked fun colors. So we went with the brights set. This retails for $14.99, $13.99, and this is part of a couple of the bundles. You can buy it open stock, but it is part of a couple of the bundles. And as I showed earlier, one of the bundles is the paint, the calendar tabs. There are 10 full months in here, 10 full sets of 12. So you've got January to December 10 times over again. So 10 sets, and then the easels, the canvases with the easels. This is a bit under $25. Or you can have this, and instead I have got 10 canvas boards for you, and we have got the magnets to put on the back so that you can put them on your refrigerator or give them as gifts. And we didn't include the magnets as part of the bundles because I wasn't sure if you were going to need them. But this bundle, where it allows you to make 10, is around $16. These are amazing values, but we have to start by painting. So I'm gonna grab a couple of my canvases and I'm just gonna go quickly through it and paint. Now I do have I do have some, I do have some paintbrushes, but what fun is that? Really, what fun is that? So I think I'm just gonna kind of maybe, well, let's see what we get. I'll paint a couple of them. So again, it is an acrylic paint. There's a top and there's a backside, and you will see the backside because it's got paper on it. And you're like, oh my gosh, she's doing it with her fingers. I know. And yes, I do have paintbrushes right here. But how fun, what fun is that? I'm just gonna get it around. And a baby wipe's gonna clean my finger and I'm gonna be happy. Now, I'm not a girl who's happy with one color. Never have been, never will be. I like to blend and move things around and make them different than what they started as. I don't know if I have anything to decorate with. Oh, we're just gonna go for it. All right, I think I'm gonna let that, I'm just gonna let that dry. Kind of an guyish, maybe a hair bit more green. So because the paint is so inexpensive, this is great for kids. Like I said, I don't know that you would want them to use your beautifully colored and pigmented and your Amsterdams, but for this paint is fabulous and it needs to go. The company that makes it needs it to go because obviously Joann's, well, they went. And they needed to say goodbye, so they made us a really great offer to where we could offer it to you and do the whole thing for about $25. Let's do some other colors. Let's do maybe a little bit of yellow. So you may have seen this brand at Joann's, Top Notch. That's their private label, like I think Recollections is the private label for Michaels. If you see Recollections, that means somebody is manufacturing it for Michaels or Michaels is manufacturing it for them, themselves. But you would never find Recollections in a retail shop. We can't buy Michaels branded product unless Michaels decides they don't want it anymore. And that actually has happened. We've had it where we brought in some of Michaels' product that they canceled an order on a manufacturer. So we took it at a great discount. So these are just little 4x4 frames. You can see the paint blends. I'm not saying you have to finger paint, but I am a girl who really likes inky fingers. make it softer. Look at how soft that is. Isn't that pretty? Do I dare? See, I love to layer and to blend. And the kids can do this. You need gifts for teachers or PTA, or maybe gifts for the kids to make in class, actually. Maybe I leave it? Should I leave it? Yeah, I'm gonna leave it. Let's do another one. I'm gonna do a couple of them. And if I don't like what I've done, I can just come in once it's dry. I can come in and paint right over the top of it. Bam, just like that. Done. I'm just going to leave it. We're going to let it dry. And maybe one more. And then I'm going to do some of the, so this is the canvas board. These are the 4x4 canvas boards where you get 10. Plus 10 calendar tabs, plus the paint for $16, $17. Inky fingers, but easily cleaned up with a baby wipe. I'm just going to blend until I'm happy. I'm happy. I don't want them to be, oh, I'm running out of space to put things. I don't want them to be perfect. I want them to be interesting. I want them to be unique. I want them to have movement to them so they don't look so flat. And then I need to do a couple. Oh, I feel guilty about doing this. Do I have a couple of them? I've got those. Do I have any of the other canvases ready? No, I don't think so. I feel guilty about opening it, but I don't have a choice. All right. So this is where you get really, I mean, the canvas, the little easel, 10 gifts. And again, not 100% sure if we're gonna leave them in their little case or if we're gonna have to undo them to ship them to you, but we'll figure it out. Gosh, I feel bad opening it. But so you've got your little easel, you've got your little canvas that sits right on it, and you're good to decorate. So I grabbed 2 of them. Now these are taking a little bit more paint than the canvas boards. Okay, let's let that one dry. And we'll do one more. And that will give me, I don't know, 5 or 6 to play with once they've dried, because they do need to dry. So I'll make a little sunset. All right, well, we'll let that dry too. Don't know what we're going to end up using, but we've got some to play with. So now that I've got those done, I can put my paint away, and we're going to move on to the new product from Find It Trading. Put my caps on, and away away it goes. Give my hands a wipe down. See, look at hardly any mess. Very little inky fingers. I did really have paintbrushes, but I'm like, but why? Okay, I have 2 new sets from Find It. And like I said, I had never seen them before. They are brand new to me. I got 1 sample of them and said, wait, you need to get these to me ASAP. And he's like, I'll do my best. And he did. He did beyond his best. Look at how flippin' cute these are for the calendars. This is a kit. This is a dot and do kit for calendars. This is a stitched kit. Now I said stitching, Now we have one SMS peep, local SMS peep, Tamara, who loves stitching, and bless her pea pickin' heart, she made a sample where it is actually stitched. We're gonna do something else with it, but everything you need is in these kits. Everything you need. You don't have to add anything more but tape, adhesive, and you have got a beautiful gift. Now, it's not, like I said, 10 for $25, but they're also not that expensive. I want to say they're about $8.99, and I think $8.99, and then we have a bundle buy, you get both of them, and they're on sale. So, or we have them open stock too. It's however you want to buy them. But they're not expensive for what they are. But I need to show you how to put them together. So, I think, and I'm gonna build both of them. I think it doesn't really matter which one I start with. If you have both of them, you can mix and match what's inside. So this is the stitched kit. And what it comes with is pre-cut matting, ready to go. Your panels to be stitched, and the design, I don't know if I can get it in there, but the design is already poked in. You already have the holes to do your design, and you've got different designs on different, is it 3 different designs? No, it looks like each one of them, each panel is a different stitched design. I'm not gonna stitch, we're gonna do something different. So you've got your panels, you've got your matting, you've got the thread to do the stitching if you want, and if you're not gonna do the stitching, well then you've got the thread to kind of wrap around and use on your cards and make those little, what everybody was doing was kind of balling up some thread and putting it down and putting flowers on top of it. So you've got that. You've got the mats that the panels are going to fit on. You have your calendar. So you have January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, through the whole, you've got all 12 months here. You have got the piece that I needed to have scored. Don't know if you can see the score lines, but there are pre-scored lines here for you. And you've got the decoration that goes on top of the panels. There are some directions on the back of the main sheet, but we're gonna build them together. We're gonna do it together. And I am gonna do both of them. It is not hard. Let's see, I'm gonna need these. And I'm gonna need these. Now this paper is textured on one side, smooth on the other. So the textured side is gonna be the sides that you want sitting out, poking out. And here I've got my scored element. It's got the textured side is the side that you want facing out, so you already know how to score it because you don't want to have that, the smooth, well, in case you want the smooth side, I suppose you could, but it's built for the texture side. So all your score lines And then at the very end is another one that's just a little tab. And that is where you're gonna put your adhesive to, okay, I have to tell you, there was a group here they were from San Jose, and they had friends who had come in earlier. They're down like in Orange County having a crafty weekend. I think they rented an Airbnb. People came in from like Arizona, and they just had they're having a girls' weekend, and the girls are coming from all over. And she's like, I still have your bottle that says adhesive. So every time I say adhesive, I want to say adhesive right now because we talked about that. She's like, I'm just keeping that bottle because it says adhesive. That was so long ago. It was Stacey. It was my Simply Defined adhesive. They spelled it wrong. Okay, so we want to make, this is what we're looking to make. So I'm going to take some Stacey tape. I'm struggling because every time I think about saying adhesive, I hear her. I hope they're having a great time. Can you imagine having a whole bunch of crafty friends fly in, drive in from everywhere, spend a weekend in somebody else's house where they'll clean up after you and just make an amazing crafty weekend? Girls, I hope you're having a wonderful time. All right, so I'm going to close it up. And I don't have to be exact, I just have to be close. And there, I've started. I mean, this is not crazy difficult. I could take my bone folder, this is my bamboo bone folder from Yasutomo. Best little $4 bone folder on the market. Because it's bamboo, it is uber strong. So now I have creased it up. And I'm going to set this off to the side for just a minute, and I'm going to bring over the panels that go with. Now, when I'm doing these, I want to remember to the left, to the left, to the left. Everybody to the left. Everybody slide to the left. When you put this down, you want to slide to the left. You don't want to slide to the right. No, you want to slide to the left. Every time I do this, I am going to slide that piece of paper where? I'm going to slide to the left and put it down, leaving this open area here. So let's grab some Stacey tape. And you would probably do a much better job of taping down than me, and what I mean by that is you would probably put tape all the way around on all four sides. And we are going to slide to the left. Done. Move on to the next one. And I'm going to do that for all of them. Now, so far I haven't used scissors, and I've only used adhesive tape. And where are we going to go? Slide to the left. And down. So 2 down. Keep going. So I suppose this is a good time to tell you that my classes are not pre-prepped. I don't have an easy bake oven where we put something in and something is already in there baking away so that I can just pull it out and say, oh, look, here it is. Okay, there it is. We do it together, and let me tell you, I made some mistakes when I was trying this out. When he sent me the first sample, the first sample was not scored. It was just this flat piece of this paper, and I'm like, oh no, 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 no. we're not going to try and measure and score and measure and score and how about you score for me? How about you do the scoring and have it here in time for this class? And he's like, I don't know what, we'll try. We'll absolutely try. And I couldn't believe it. 3 o'clock in the morning, he sends me an email. We scored them and we got them shipped. Amazing. Now, they didn't ship us a huge amount. I'll tell you that. They shipped us enough so that we could do the video and have some in store. The rest of the order is already being produced and will be here probably about a week. But he got me enough here so that we could have some for in-store people and do the video, do my class with it, with the rest of them under production now and to ship in about a week. And DHL, if you can believe it, DHL only takes about 3 days, 3 to 4 days to get here from the Netherlands. Okay. So as I do these, my pieces of tape get smaller and smaller so I can go faster. Where are we going to slide it? To the left. We slide to the left. And then our last one. So crafty budgets. That's what this class is all about. Being able to make a nice gift for somebody, a thoughtful gift, a practical gift. People love the calendars. Whether you do it on the easel or you do it on the, they love them and they use them and they keep them. And then when you don't give it to them next year, they wonder if you're mad at them. And it's like, no, I'm not mad at you, but we couldn't, I didn't know if we were going to be able to get the calendar tabs. All right, so I have got 6 of these ready to go. Now I bring back my little hexagon. And I'm going to lay it flat. Now it doesn't matter if I do it this way, lay it flat, or this way, lay it flat, or this way, lay it flat. As long as I start with it flat. Then I take my first tab, and see, I did it this way. I didn't watch what I was doing, and when I was using the one that wasn't scored, I taped it down the wrong. No, you need to always be looking at this to the left, and then you flip it over, and you're going to tape it to that first scored area. This way. You're going to go this way. So it kind of creates a little bit of a longer fold here. So here's your scored area right here. You put your first one down. Just make sure that you don't put it this way because it's square. This way and this way look the same. Make sure your paper is going vertical. I also want to tell you that where your score line is, you're going to hold this piece off about maybe 1/4 inch. Just hold it back. You're not going to put it all the way up. No, you're going to hold it back about 1/4 inch maybe. So I can put it all the way back here, but about 1/4 inch off there. And then I undo, and undo, and making sure that it is the cardstock to cardstock. Put it down. Then I move to my next one right there and grab. Now I can put this piece all the way up against this edge if I want. But where that score line is, I want to go about 1/4 of an inch back. And then I want to make sure that I am doing cardstock to cardstock. And hold it back just a little bit. And down it goes. Oh, I held it too. Nope, I didn't hold it down far and back far enough. I put it on crooked. Let's pull it off and do it again. Too low. There we go. And then I move to my next one. And I just keep moving on down until I get to my final. So no scissors. Hold this off a little bit. Peel back my tape. Make sure my cardstock to cardstock. That's why we had to keep it to the left. Slide to the left to make room for cardstock to cardstock. And then I just keep folding. Now this one's come out that side. Oh, look at that. Once you get going on these are the decisions then come in the decorating. And I want to be cardstock to cardstock. And like I said, when I first started, I accidentally did this. I was like, oops, nope, that's not right. Cardstock to cardstock. But I had to score that one myself. And I just keep on. Keep on rolling. Cardstock to cardstock, and then my very last one. cardstock to cardstock. Look at there. Look at that. Bam. Okay. And see, you can see why I said hold it off about 1/4 inch. And I have to tell you, SMS girl Claire is the one who gave me that suggestion. She said, Stacey, have them hold it off about 1/4 inch because you see that side. So don't put the tape all the way up. Hold it off about 1/4 inch and look at that. Now, what are we gonna make with it? Okay, let's make something with it. I'm gonna do both kits for you. So you see both kits. I won't necessarily finish both, but I'm definitely going to start them. So for the stitching, these are the scenery the scenery toppers that you get. For the dot and do, the dot and do has the butterflies. So if you were to get both, you could, because the coloring is the same, because the colors are the same, you could do, you've got 6 panels, you could do 3 with butterflies and 3 with the hummingbirds, and then do the other one 3 and 3. You could just do you could use the pink with the butterflies as opposed to kind of the purple. It's up to you. If you have both kits, there's mixing and matching aplenty to happen. Now, I'm gonna stick with Monkey See, Monkey Do. And remember, I have these panels and they're ready to be stitched. You get the thread and you just need to get your own little needle and they give you directions on how it should look. I just can't. I'm sorry, I just cannot. So we're gonna do something a little different. I think we are going to take and we're going to use, gosh, what color do I wanna use with it? I think I'm going to use my grays with this. I'm going to use soft pastels. So I'm going to pull out my stormy grays and my light grays. Now, soft pastels are by Rembrandt. It's a brand of Royal Talons. These are a fine art product, and yet they are so completely affordable, and what they do is magic. I have lots of classes where I use these. This is, if you are on a crafty budget and you want to be able to ink and color and play, I think there's 15 different pastel sets, and right now we have them. This is, well, I didn't, they were supposed to go off sale this was supposed to be the last YouTube last week, but I'm using them again. So maybe this will be it. And then next week I have to take them off sale because right now they're buy 2, get 1 free. We have bundles pre-made that give you 3 different sets, and it's buy 2, get 1 free. And they're so 15 colors for like $23. So I'm going to start with I'm going to start with a light gray. And I'm going to baby wipe it. Now, the stitching has 2 sides. It has the side that's textured and the stitch dots are pressed in. I actually want to work on the back side because then those dots are raised, and since I'm not stitching them, you can see them better on the back side. So I'm just going to come here and I'm going to come in and I'm just going to add a little bit of my soft pastels. Now, I'm not going to stay at the party too long. And what do I mean by that? I mean, I'm not going to sit here and go over this a jillion times. I'm going to get my color on and I'm going to move on. My baby wipe is wet, so with adding a little bit of water, and you can see it's going to curl a little bit. It's going to have to dry. But I've got to start. And then I might come in with a little bit darker gray. And again, I'm not going to rub so hard. I'm just trying to add some color and take away the starkness of that white. And a baby wipe is all I need to use. These are kid-friendly. They are not chalky. They don't make a mess. And then maybe I come in even with maybe a little bit more gray. That might have been too dark of a gray. I may have gone on just one little step too far. I need a new baby wipe. This one's drying out. Your baby wipe needs to be wet. Yeah, see, look at that. Now it goes on. And there, soften it up a little bit. I think I just had it maybe just a little too dark. Okay, I need to stop, otherwise my paper is going to start to peel. There'll come a point where I've done too much. But I felt I had too much going on. Okay, I'm going to stop. So I've got my little dots in there for my decoration. And I'm going to let that one sit. So once your baby wipe stops being wet, it makes the pastel very difficult to move. Really, I think I probably could have just gotten away with 2 colors, I think is what I should have stayed with. Just a nice light, soft gray. New baby wipe. And my baby wipes are inexpensive. Do not buy the expensive baby wipes. Usually the cheaper the better. Yeah, I think 2 colors is probably more than enough. Almost like I'm chalking the edges. And we'll do one more. And I like it on the back side. You can do it on the front side, entirely up to you. But this is easy peasy coloring. And you saw I didn't like what I did to this one, so I came back in and I wiped some of it back up. So I've got that first gray down. Kind of wipe out the center of this one a little bit. I might do that on the other one too. So I'm not trying to have it all one color. I want some highs and I want some lows. Wipe out the center. Kind of wipe out the center. Okay, so I've got 3 of them. In the grays, I think the grays are pretty. And now I can take and start to place them. So let's get some Stacey tape. So I still haven't used any scissors, and I haven't used any wet glue, and I haven't used any inks. I've used baby wipes. And up. And up. And then let's place it. One down. And expose my double stick tape. Oh, I need a little bit more on this side. And we can put it down. And because it's square, the design is the same all the way around. It doesn't matter. There's no top and there's no bottom. And let's place it. Okay. Then I move along. And my last one. And again, I would recommend putting tape on all 4 edges. Oh, I can't get it. Let's try over here. There we go. And my last one. Okay, so you would continue to just keep adding your panels until you are completely done. And you could leave them white. You could chalk them or with a different color, ink them with a different color. But I've done my first 3 in gray. Now where do I go from here? Well, I'm not going to lose these 3 panels. I'm going to go ahead and pop out my toppers. Now, if you have a die, you could absolutely take the die and maybe make a mat for it if you so desired. I'm gonna just use it as is. It fits perfectly where it's supposed to. They've left room in the centers of all of these, and I'm gonna use some foam tape to pop it. This is GG foam tape. This is also from the Netherlands. It's $1.99, and it's the best foam tape I've ever used. 1, because I can get the liner off. 2, because the foam is dense. It'll smush down, but then it pops back up. It's not mushy. Mushy foam tape is not good. And I'm gonna put it there. 1 done. Turn. Pull out another. Now you may have scenery toppers at home from other things that we've done with Find It, and you may choose to use those. You have options. One, 2, 3. And fold. And 1 more, and then we'll move on. But you can see why I chose the gray. I think the gray really makes the colors just absolutely pop. One, 2, 3. All right, so I've started to build it. Oh, look at that. But we're not done yet. No, no, no. Once you have them all on, no matter where you start, it's not gonna matter. Wherever you start becomes your number 1. So I could have made this number 1. I could make, if I had all of them done, this could be my number 1. It makes no difference where you start. Now you bring over your calendar, and they give you the little calendar in your kit. And you take off January, and January goes there, and February goes there. Now, they want you to put them just straight on down, and that's fine. It's fine. I felt that they needed to have a little something something. So I want to, I don't know if I want to mat them in that, or if I want to mat them in the glitter, or if I want to mat them in the mirror. I think the mirror is kind of nice. So I think they need a little something something as opposed to just putting them straight down. but you can. Nothing wrong with that. I just felt it needed a little bit more pizzazz. And this is where your creativity steps in, where you can take it. Like I said, if you've got circle dies, I am sure that there is a circle die that you have that would make a mat for this. You could go in and add a little bit of glitter going on or some bling going on. You could add bling around the edges. This is where your creativity steps in, or you make it just as you see it. So January. I want to say cha-cha-cha-cha-cha. February. Oh, I'm not supposed to sing on YouTube. Isn't it? Isn't my calendar girl? I think that song is older than I am. Okay. Then I can bring January on over. I should have plenty of room. Oh yeah, I'll have plenty of room. And then let's mat February. So you get January through December in each of these kits. If you buy the tabs separately on their own, you get 10 sets of January to December. But since the kit only makes one calendar, they give you one set. Now, whoever designed this was so smart, so creative. When I saw it, I said, I need that. But we were already supposed to be doing the calendar YouTube last week. I said, I'll hold, I'll swap, I'll change it up if you can get them to me in time. And, well, Remco never wanting to miss an opportunity, that's for sure. He absolutely got me what I needed so I could get you what you need. So like I said, the remainder are already in production. So now I've got January and February. And I think I'm just going to foam tape those too. I think matting them just adds a little something. And then we start to go. So then our next one, if this is January, we flip over January, February, we're going to have March and April here. So March and April. And that's why I say it doesn't matter where you start. As long as you have all 6 panels ready to go, doesn't matter where you start. You just keep turning the book, flipping the page. So March. And that was a terrible cut. Oh, that was so bad. Oh. Oh, Stacey. Yikes. Well, we're just going to go with it. Handmade is homemade. That's what I say when it's not exactly the way it's supposed to be. Handmade is homemade. And honestly, what people see when you give them gifts like this, they don't see anything more than the love that you put behind them. They see the effort that you took to make something for them. They're not looking at the little, inconsistencies and that this mat is wider than that mat and this topper isn't exactly centered, and they don't see any of that. They see the love and the thought and the caring and the generosity of spirit to make them something. You are giving them a little piece of your heart, and they know that. And they appreciate that, which is why once you start making things for people, if all of a sudden you get super busy and you can't necessarily make something for them for their birthday card or a Christmas card, they really do think that you're not, did they do something wrong? Because they so appreciate it. Okay, March and April. And I would just keep going all the way around until I have all my months done. And this is something that lives on somebody's crafty space. It lives on their mantle. It lives on their desk. It lives by their computer. And every month they turn and have a new image to look at and a new month to look at. Every month they turn and they've got a new image and they've got the months to look at. It is very cool and very easy to put together. Lays flat. And then when you give it to them, it pops up and they are like amazed. So I haven't done this one yet. So the stitched one. So I have this one that is completely done. She put cute little, do I have it upside down? Yeah. Cute. I think Dortina made this one, but yes, Dortina made this one. She put cute little, I don't even know what the little stickers up in the corners. And she inked it in the teals and completely done. And it just rotates. And you've got all 12 months there. And then when you give it to somebody, it's flat. She's put a little bit of bling. Oh, I bet she took these from the Dot and Do. I bet we see these in the Dot and Do. I bet we see those in the Dot and Do. But look at that. Is that darling? So this is the one where we've inked it. Or we've used chalks. This is the one that has been stitched. So Tamara made this one. And she went in. It wasn't hard. It was time. She did all the stitching for every panel. And every panel was different. Is this not stunning? I mean, this is stunning. stunning. You get the thread. And she said these were very easy stitches. So I don't know. I've never stitched anything except for maybe a hole in my jeans. But Tamara did a beautiful job, and same thing. There it is. What a clever gift for under $10. This is less than $10. What a clever handmade gift that somebody will use for the entire year. Absolutely love it. So the one that's stitched, and Dortina's that is inked. And it just pops right up. And bam, you're ready to go. So that is the kit that's stitched. Let's talk about the kit. Let me put mine maybe here. Let's talk about the kit that is a dot and do. So the other kit, because there is two of them, this one is with the butterflies, and like I said, you could take and mix and match. This one has the darker paper. Again, directions on the back of the main page. And so here are the hummingbirds against the purples. They're beautiful against the purples, absolutely, just as the butterflies would be beautiful against the pinks. So if you have both, you mix and match them any way that makes your heart happy. Or you dive into your own embellishments and add your own embellishments. Now the dot and do's are different than the stitches. Here's a dot and do. It has a pattern that is pre-printed on it. And it has 4 sets. It is where she got them. 4 sets of vinyl peel-off stickers. Now, usually there is not a duplicate of a shape. Each peel-off has its own set of shapes on it, and that way you don't get confused. I always take off the back so it's easier for me to see. And they give you so many stickers on here that if for some reason some of them peel off with the liner, do not mind. It's okay. You have got so many, you will have extras. But for me, it is easier, see here with the liner on, one year I challenged the girls to make cards with the liners that I threw away. So you tell me, is it easier with the liner on to see all the shapes or with it off? You're not going to lose anything. Now I lost a little S right there. Okay, they've probably given me an extra 20 that I don't need. And I just peel them all off. We have not had dot and do's in a while. And why do they call it a dot and do? Because you take, and where you see the shape, you find it on one of your 4 sets, you peel it off, and away you go. Now, some people will fill everything in. Not everybody will fill everything in. Up to you what you would like to do. Let's say, so I've got, these are all solids. These are all solids. So this is a good example. Can you see that these are different size length of straight lines? There's not the same on either of them. These 2 sets only give you straight lines all the way through. There's no cuts at all. So it's not like you get the gold and the blue and they're the same length and you have to decide which one to use. They've already predetermined what goes where, and then it's up to you. So let's see, is this the so bend and snap. Let me see if one of these is the right length. Is that it? That's it. So that goes there. And that goes there. And like I said, some people will come in and they will do the entire thing because it's beautiful when it's done. But it's also really lovely when it's almost done. Now that one, is that one shorter? Pair of tweezers are going to be your friend. Come on. No, that's it. And you just line them up and you go. Sitting in front of the TV doing these, easy peasy. And my last 2 for this one. So each design is going to be different. This one a little bit easier. Some of them, probably the one I picked, well, this one may be a little more intricate. But again, each shape is only going to be on these peel-offs, usually once. Okay, so now I've got the 4. I've got the 4 going around. Now I can do, let's do the big dots. Are those big? Let's do the big dots. And the big dots only come in the fuchsia. Now I do a bend and snap to pull these up easy, like little toy soldiers. You bend your paper, bend, 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 until they snap up. Bend and snap. Just like Legally Blonde. Do you see that? And then if I don't use them, I just bend it right back down. But instead of trying to pull them this way, if you bend your paper right at the point a little bit below where they are, they will snap up, and then grabbing them is easy peasy. And it's bing, bang, boom. Bing, bang, boom. And I do that for all the shapes. Okay. Now it says I've got a little Pac-Man that's in the center. So let's see, where's my little Pac-Man? Oh, here's my little Pac-Man. Right there. Womp, 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 womp. Bend. And snap them right up. And then they lay right over the top. So this one's going to take you more time. Now we've had people, and we've done it ourselves, where we've taken gel pens, and instead of we go in and we use gel pens for some of it to decorate. We've done it all. So now I've got these little curvatures right there. Where's my little curvies? See these things that kind of look like a staple? Partially open staple? Well, those are on my blue. Don't want my innards. And put it right on top. And you go until you decide you're done. Not every single piece has to have the design on it. You can leave some of them in the gray. So instead of stitching, of course, the stitching, I suppose the stitching might take longer than these if you actually do the stitching. I don't know. Again, I've never stitched anything, so I don't know how long stitching would take to do. I know Tamara is an amazing, amazing seamstress, an amazing sewer. The things she can make are incredible. And she seemed to, I mean, it seemed to take a while, but she seemed to just bing, bang, boom right through it. And I just keep filling it in. That's what I do. I just keep filling it on in. I've got these little whoops. Oops. Are these my little whoops? These are my little whoops. So a little whoops right there. Nope, this one's got to go this way. So they've got left and right little whoops. So I'll need some little right ones. Most people find these to be very therapeutic. I've got this big one over the center, what's that big one? It's the biggest one I've got. Oh, same color. So let's take this one. And this one's gonna go right over the top like an eyebrow. And this one's gonna go right over the top. Like an eyebrow. And I just keep, oh, starting to be pretty. I've got these two. I've been working on these two. Kind of ignored those two. And then I need my little left and right, whoops. Nope, that's not the side I need. I need this one. And then, oh, I don't know. I could continue. What little piece has that? Then this side. So pretty. And you just keep going. And you go until you want to be done. Even that, if all 4 of these sides were done, well, then it would be almost done. But only if they were only done to a certain point and to this point, it still would be absolutely beautiful. So dot and do's are different than stitching, much different. And depending on how much you want to do or how little you want to do, can entirely up to you. Now we have our base. And score. And fold and score and fold and score and fold and score, fold and score, and then fold. This is where we add our tape. And this is where we close it up. And we start the process all over again. Which side do we put our mat on? We slide to the left. And we slide to the left. So I recommend putting the paper down, your mat down ahead of time, just because it's easier than to remember cardstock to cardstock. I found it hard because the colors are exactly the same. If I didn't have my little mat down here first, I don't know, it was challenging for me to see where I'm supposed to put stuff. But by just having the little mat down first, then I can adhere it to my base, and then I can decorate from there. And again, this is not doing a great job taping it down. If I were making this for somebody, I would be taping all my edges. Okay. Then it doesn't matter where I start. It's cardstock to cardstock, about a 1/4 inch off the score line. Use the thinner. Make sure it's cardstock to cardstock, about a 1/4 inch off your score line and down. And then you roll, and you roll to your next one. So if you are traveling or visiting somebody, or cardstock to cardstock, 1/4 inch off, you bring these and some adhesive tape, and you are crafting away. So see how that one just folded under? These are great to have friends do who are not necessarily big crafters, because they don't, oh, that's going to be too high. No, it'll be fine. They don't have to have inks and they don't need to have or understand stamping or die cutting. This is something that every level of crafter can do. And for under, I think they're on $8.99. You can make somebody a thoughtful, personal gift that you can add your own creativity to, should you want to. Those dot and do's really are, people are like, oh, I don't think I can do that. You know, it looks like it becomes so relaxing. It becomes so almost therapeutic. It's a zen putting these down. People were like, when are you going to have more dot and do's back? Because they really do enjoy it's easy, and yet you focus on it, but you can kind of get lost in it. I think I'm going to leave it. I'll just finish these like that. So here, and then a little bit off my score line. Did I put that one down? No, I did. I'm okay. Right? And then rotate. I feel like, no, I'm good. Oh my gosh, my heart had a, I'm like, wait a minute, what did I do? There is, I did do something wrong. I knew something wasn't right. I put this on backwards. I'm like, something's not going on right here. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Five. I think I put one of them on backwards. 6. I did. I put them on backwards. See? Now I think I did them all backwards. Okay, that way. I'm just going to pull them off and we're going to do it again. Oh, Stacey. Yikes. I think I did them backwards. Okay, here it is. Now I start here. And I go here to there. And then I roll it. Yeah, I think I put them on backwards. Well, see, I don't edit. We're just gonna fix it. If Claire's watching, I bet she's yelling at me going, Stacey, you doing it backwards. Okay, so cardstock to cardstock, swiped to the left, keep it a 1/4 inch off. And then roll it. And then cardstock to cardstock, keep it a 1/4 inch off. And then roll it. And then cardstock to cardstock, keep it a 1/4 inch off. Cardstock to cardstock, 1/4 inch off. And then roll it. And then cardstock to cardstock, 1/4 inch off, cardstock to cardstock. I put them on, I think I put them on backwards. And cardstock to cardstock, 1/4 inch off. Well, there's that. I put the tape on the wrong, boy, oh boy, did I butcher that one. Boy, howdy did I butcher that. Well, now you know I really don't edit my videos. There we go. Wow. That was not, okay, that was I need to put more tape down on some of these. I just put enough to get them down. Now we're going to have to fix it. Those look okay. This one may be an issue because I've got that tape. But let's see what happens. Oh, well. It covers up the whole thing. Okay, heavy sigh of relief. My big old mistake right there. Well, hello, Find It Trading. We're just gonna make it better. Thanks for giving me some oopsie room. Looky there. And then I roll it. That one's too close, but that's okay. We're just gonna be okay with it. And then I could put this one here. Assuming it was all done, or as done as I want it to be. Here, and then we roll it. And then this one, we fixed it. And even though, as I took my Stacey tape off, the paper, I tore some of the paper, everything just got covered right back up again. How lovely is that? And I get to put them all down. And they're all gonna be just fine, like nothing, shh. Nothing ever happened. We didn't see anything. Nothing to see here. But I think it's kind of good that I make mistakes sometimes, because then first off you see that everybody makes mistakes. And I will go through and I will fix those mistakes. I'm not going to toss this. No, it's fine. It's going to be beautiful when it's done. And then my last one, which has got quite a bit of tear on it. But look at that. We're just going to cover it right on up. Okay, so I want you to see it's got quite a bit of torn. And then I want you to see that we're just going to cover it up like it didn't even happen. Like, what? What mistake? No, there's no mistake. It's a learning moment. Oh, they make me so nervous every night, every Friday night I hear them. And we're gonna have to move on because I have canvases to work on. And then, where's my little calendar? My little calendar. Maybe I start here. And ooh. I think on a limited basis, this paper will look great. As it is, as a whole piece, it's like, hello, hello. It's part of the, I don't know if they call it, and I think this is the Enchanted, from the Enchanted set of kind of like opulent paper from Sizzix. Only this is the manufacturer who makes it for Sizzix. So Sizzix called it, gosh, was it Majestic or, and I think in little doses. It's yummy. Oh yeah, that looks great. And like a phoenix, we rise from the oopsie. Look at that kind of rainbowy. When in small doses, that paper is amazing. Look at that. And let's do February, and then we'll put one of the centers on. So January, February. And we would just go through and do all the months. And then I have my beautiful butterflies that are gonna go right there in the center. Isn't that pretty? And nobody would know what I did. So don't tell anybody. It can be our secret. We learn together, we grow together, we craft together. You know, we laugh, we cry together. Bam. And we would just finish the whole thing off. And nobody would be the wiser. Literally, nobody would be the wiser. There's no portion of it that anybody would be able to see that I put it on backwards. So this is the dot and do. And put mine there. Here is one. I think Catherine did this one. And she went in there and she didn't do every single thing, but my gosh, she did enough that it is absolutely stunning. And when it stands, it's beautiful. And they just turn for the months. When it's January, February is over, they turn to get March and April, and then they turn, and every time they turn, it's a different design, a different pattern, and it lasts them the whole year, and it was less than $10 to buy. And your time, which is really what they value. They'll love this, but they'll love it even more because you made it. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that gorgeous? And you just turn it as the months go. And it's a stunning piece of decoration for somebody's desk. But I want to show you this because Catherine made this as well. She took, instead of making one calendar, she took 2 pieces of the paper. So you could make 3 desk calendars for somebody. How clever was this? She took 2 of the panels, and you get 6 to create an easel card. She made a little backing for it and the calendar right there, and then they just tear the month off. Is that not the most clever ever? So she just took and on the score line, and I mean, just brilliant, really smart, really clever. And this is Catherine. So you can make more than one out of that kit. All right, so we played with the kits from Find It Trading. That I don't know what special sauce magic they have over there where they can just, I mean, and again, I didn't have them, they didn't send a ton of them because they couldn't. They got enough done, so we have them for in-store peeps, and the online orders will be shipped, we'll have all the product for online will be shipping next week, which is plenty of time to get it to you. They're just beautiful. Whether you love Catherine's Or you love Dortina's, where she didn't do the stitching and she inked and chalked instead. Or you love Tamara's, where she's actually done the stitching on it. Beautiful. And then mine, where we don't, oh no, this one isn't mine. This is Catherine's. Mine, where we don't talk about the, nobody, what is it? Nobody talks about Bruno. No, no, no. Agreed. And then my first one, where I did it in the soft. I love the soft colors. Pretty. All right, so then we have the canvases that we did oodles ago. Oodles ago. And I've got a couple here to play with. Now these are perfect if you just want to use what you have. You want to go in and get your scrap pieces of paper and you want to use what you've got to decorate. You've got little extra embellishments, you've got little extra bling, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. This is where you can go in to make that happen. So this is where you dive into all that extra that you own, all those little scraps that you just could not bring yourself to throw away, all those extra little buttons, all that extra little ephemera that you've just got piled up, but you couldn't bring yourself to throw it away. And for your either $16, $17 to make 10 gifts because you're going to work on the mat board, or the $24, $25 because you're going to work with the canvas and get the easels to go with it. So you literally have a gift right there. And we sell the magnets for these. We just got an order in of them, so we've added them. Actually, the order's due in on Monday. And you take your calendar tabs and you get 10 sets of calendars. So you're going to go January to December. And it kind of comes right off. And let's maybe put just a little bit of this behind that. All those scraps that you still have. You take it with the paint that comes with it. That way you've got your paint that you can mix and match like I did. Ready to go. Everything you need is there. You don't even need a paintbrush. I used my finger. And you make some easy, thoughtful, practical. I think practical is a big thing. They're practical. People do use these. And it's a gesture, it's a thoughtfulness, it's a kindness. that you thought enough of them to make something. And they are so pretty. And you've got all of that extra little, those little scraps of everything. Little magnet strips. So they're self-adhesive, and they just kind of break. And then you can cut them. And one. Come on. And two. And now it goes on somebody's refrigerator. And every month, or wherever they want to put it. I mean, and you can put more magnet on the back. You don't have to put any magnet on the back. You could build your own little easel for it. But they're easy. And they're done. Let's see. Got this one. And this one maybe I do in this and this. So the girls have decorated theirs up a bunch. I'm just going to keep them simple, just to show you that you don't have to overdo. I've got my next January to December. And, oh yeah, I've got room to mount. You can pick the colors that are the favorites of the people you're making them for. Maybe somebody likes hot pink and black, and somebody else likes the more oceany-esque colors, and maybe somebody else is all into oranges and teals, and maybe somebody's got a favorite sports team and you do it in the colors of their sports team. These usually do. We usually do. I mean, customers really love having these. And the calendar tabs, the open stock, they're $2.99 for 10 sets of calendars. My advice is that you buy more than you need. For $2.99, buy an extra pack. And I say that because once you start making these, people really want them. Once they start seeing them, and then you're having to make more than you had anticipated. Or you forget of somebody, you know, there's a last minute, I should have, you know, for the girl who does your nails, or the guy, you know, the guy who helps take the trash out for you on trash day. There's always that somebody that you kind of, you thought you had everybody covered, but for $3, because it's $2.99, get an extra set of calendars. You will be glad you did. Oh, so pretty, and it's just paper. Now you could do so much more with this. Right? That is a sweet gift. You could paint the easel. Absolutely. But look at it. It's finished. It's a completed gift. Something that somebody will use for the entire year. I do think they're wonderful. And I didn't know if we were going to get them for this year. I really wasn't sure we were going to get them. I really wasn't sure. I'm not sure if I want the gold or the red. But then I'm looking at this purpley pink one, which is calling my name too. I want just the white. Do I have just the white? Why, yes, I do. It's not white. It's got this white, can you see that slight iridescence to it? Kind of a rainbowy. that looks good. And then that looks good. And we've made a unicorny color one. Okay, like that too. So when we get to the samples, you'll see the girls have taken them to absolutely the next level. But I want you to see that they can also just be what they are. The girls rated our junk drawers, our bins of stuff that they won't throw away even though I keep trying. All the little extra odds and ends from leftover YouTubes and make and takes and whatever. I keep trying to get rid of it and they keep holding on to it, and I can already hear them saying, see, aren't you glad we did because we used it for this? I think I'm going to put that way up in that corner. And I'm going to grab that wild. So a little bit smaller mat. And I think I'm going to bring this back. So all of this out of the Enchanted pack. Oh yeah, it just adds a little something, a little bit more of a woo to it. And then we take our little magnet. Although I still had some left from my last magnet. I don't know where I put it. Well, did I? Maybe I cut it in half. Maybe I didn't. Maybe you have a roll of magnets somewhere. And ta-da! Ta-da! And ta-da! So the sets we have for you, well, we have everything open stock. You can get just these open stock. You can get the set, you can get these open stock. Now we're giving you 2 sets. I think the open stock it's sold as a pack of 5, but in the I Want It All bundle, it's 2 sets because of course the calendars come in a pack of 10. So you need 10, 10, and then we give you the paint. So I think this is the bundle that is around $16. And then this is the bundle that is somewhere in the $24, almost between $24 and $25, where you get the easels, the pack of 10, because you get 10 here, 10 here, and then all your paints. And then we have these open stock. We have the calendars open stock. I think we might even have the paints open stock. We have a 4x6 5-pack. So we don't sell them individually. You're going to get 5 at a time. You would need 2 of these to do all 10 calendars. We have very few of these though, very, very few. And then we have the magnets. And I want to say these are around $2.50. I think that's about it. And you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 strips. And how you could cut them up and just do corners if you wanted to just do corners, but that allows you to make it into a magnet. I have the 2 sets from Find It Trading, and these really are special. I've never seen anything like them. They are easy to do as long as you don't do it backwards, but even so, you saw we fixed it. It doesn't need anything but some adhesive. You don't even need scissors. If you want to take it to the next level, you can bling them up. You can make them more than what they are. I like the idea of matting. I like the idea of matting the calendars. I think that makes it look even more amazing. You get the set of calendars, you get the paper that's pre-scored, you get for the dot and do's, you get the panels, you get the 4 sheets of your foil or your vinyl stickers that are easy to work with. You get the centers, you get it all. And with the stitched, same thing. You get the calendars, you get the paper, you get the stitched elements, you get the thread if you actually want to do the stitching, you get the toppers, all of it. So this is making your holidays go further, taking that holiday budget and making it work for you. Now, some of the samples the girls have done. So, isn't that cute? So again, they took ephemera that was just laying around, some bling, took it and did it off center, right on the easel, bam. Painted the easel. This one's Dortina. I'm not sure who did this one. There's no name, but it's beautiful. Look, she polka dotted. She did little polka dots. How cute is that? This is darling. Took a little die cut that we had left over, put that in the center. Bam. Done. Here we have Smile. It's Contagious. I was going to say, this looks like Mary. Little pieces of ephemera from different areas, a little fishtail tag, your little calendar. Smile, It's Contagious, sitting on your desk. Bam, done. Here we have, don't know who made this one. they've put it on an easel, which I suppose you could. So a little 4x4, you could either make into your magnet or take one of the easels and do a 4x4 on one of the easels as opposed to one of the canvases, the rectangular canvases. And look at how cute. All done with leftovers. This is a clean out the refrigerator type of event where you've had stuff that has just been sitting there collecting. Just like at my family, it was a clean out the refrigerator kind of night where we pulled everything at the end of the week and we cleaned out the refrigerator. Nothing went to waste. Look at, for a guy, you've got the little graffiti going on and like a hamburger and a Coke and your cell phone. Bam. They're just, people really appreciate them. I wish I could impress that upon you enough. It just, you know, if you know, you know. This one's Mary. Not all of them have names on them. This one's Mary. Isn't that beautiful? Again, using leftovers. And then we have, I don't know who, but again, a little bit of bling on the easel. Look at, they're just so good. And again, another 4x4 on the easel. So you could take the smaller ones, the ones that come on the easel, and make those into magnets and put 4x4s on the easels. They all are just so, so pretty. And a wonderful, thoughtful gesture. So we have a few on some of the bigger. Oh, here's a 4x4 that's been stenciled. And here's one of the bigger ones where they took some of the leftover from the kits from Find It Trading. And here's a 4x6. Again, a beautiful piece of ephemera left over. All of them were done with the paint that we have from the Joann's leftovers. The 4x6, pretty little doily. Oh, this I think Leslie might have done this one. I'm not 100% sure, but I think Leslie. And then Catherine did this one. Isn't that beautiful? And again, whether you put magnets on the back or you take an easel from one of the others and put this one on an easel, you decide who gets what. All right, you guys. So we're doing a holiday, we're doing inexpensive makes that have a really big impression, that leave a really big impression. I think the first time we ever did calendars, it was so overwhelming. People just absolutely, not the people who made them, the people who received them, the comments that customers would come in and say, they just loved it. And since then we've had calendars, but this year I wasn't sure if we were going to get them in time and we barely squeaked them in. And I should have done them last week, but I had to have these. I think that this is brilliant. I really do. I think this is so clever. And so I think that I would like this on my desk. I think these are great. So I waited a week, and thankfully Rock and Remco could get them to us, and I'm so glad he did. And even those are less than $10 a kit. So making your crafty budget go further, using what you already have in your stash that you just can't bring yourself to get rid of, and so you got a little bit of buttons and a little bit of this and a little bit of that. This is the time to pull it out and make these and watch and see just how appreciated they are. And again, I can't stress enough, buy an extra set of calendars. Just pay the $3 for 10 more calendars, because it never fails. People will walk into our store early December and they will be, I need more calendars, and we're sold out. It happened, you know who you are. It happens. So just buy yourself an extra set, and if you don't use them, okay, well, it was $3. Okay. You can turn them over and use them to write notes on the back of. But if you need an extra gift just for that last minute person, here it is. You take a calendar, mat it on several pieces of paper, maybe use a piece of chipboard as your backing if you need to, paint it, and put some magnets or whatever. It's just kindness, and people really do love them. So it's me, Stacey, Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com. I think if you give people the one from Find It, the kits, they're going to go, psh. But you'll all have to let me know how your friends and loved ones and family and coworkers and just people who have been kind to you throughout the year, how they love the calendars that you made from them. I would be really anxious to hear how they go over. All right, until Monday for our next Make It Monday event, where we bring you value pricing, a huge value for an itty bitty teeny weeny price. The last one was, I don't know, $113, $130 for $24.99. So stay tuned on Monday, 6 p.m. sunny California time, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. Until then, everybody, it's me, Stacey, Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com. Have a good day. Bye.